Alright, hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing, I believe this is my 32nd part of the 5,000 question survey. This is basically a survey I found many moons ago on LiveJournal. I'll put the link down below in the description so you can see it. And basically there's 5,000 questions. They repeat some of them and they are mainly based to blogging, but I'm turning it into a YouTube series, and I have been doing this for so many years that I can't really give up on it now, so I'm still continuing doing this. So we're continuing on. Before we get into it, yes, I've had about 4 inches cut off my hair. It feels really short. I'm not too sure how I feel about it, but this is what it's currently looking at lengthwise, and I feel like this is the first time I've shown it to you guys because I think I have had my hair up in the last couple of videos. Let's get into it and answer the question. So 1292, can being totally beautiful and hot make up for negative attitude, bad personality? No, 100% not. 1293, what are you seeking? A happy life is what I'm seeking. 1294, could you see yourself as a future nun or monk? I mean, I could be a nun. 1295, would you rather have a baby or get a pet? I own a pet. I own Millie. She is my little cat. I don't have a baby, so I'll say a cat. I'm not in a position to have a baby. Gotta admit, over the years, of course, that always comes up and like it's thought through, especially now my brother is expecting a baby in the next couple of weeks, so I'm getting a little nephew. I think I'm okay with just having like a nephew, you know, and not having to have my own child, because like I can just give the child back at the end of the day. 1296, what mistake do you repeat over and over? Saying the word hospital incorrectly. I had to really think of it then. I mess it up all the time. I also have a lot of Katieisms where I say the wrong word or make up words without meaning to. Yeah, it's happened many times. 1297, what do you think of the restaurant Hooters? I have never been. It's American. Is that the one where they wear like skimpy clothes? I'm not too sure. I've never been. Don't know. 1298. What are 5 traits that make someone ugly? Bad odor, bad breath, just swearing every other word, being like too confident, I'd say, like overly confident, overcompensating themselves, and just being quite up themselves. 1299, do you hate when people ask you to smile? Yes, but also I feel like I'm much happier with my smile since I got my veneers. My veneers have been in there for like 11 years now, but I used to hate smiling as a teenager and as a young adult, but with my veneers, I'm totally okay with smiling. I find pictures with me with my mouth open, with my teeth showing, I mean, much better than ones with me with my mouth closed. So, 1300, do you like the writing of Douglas Adams? Got to admit, don't know what he's written on the top of my head, so not too certain if I do or not. Alright, do you see anything different? Okay, I was editing this video and I went from 1300 to 1800. So I'm saving that footage for when I do reach 1800, and now I am going to go through and go on from 1301 like I was meant to. I have no idea what happened, but that is what happened. Anyway, it's obviously the same day. It is now dark. It's actually, what is the time? 11 p.m. My watch has died. I couldn't even look at my watch, but Anyway, I've got like something in my eye, so this left eye is not doing well. Alright, let's get into it and get on with this part, shall we? So, 1301. Can what you don't know actually hurt you? Yes, I think in certain circumstances you kind of need to be in the know. Obviously, there are obviously some circumstances where you don't need to know. It kind of depends on the situation and how involved you are, I guess. 1302. Are you pondering what I'm pondering? Probably not, because you are a piece of text on a website. 1303. What people or objects would you describe as pure? So objects I would describe as pure if they are like just taken out of the earth, like not touched in any way. They are jagged, they are pure because they are like literally just taken out of the earth. But then I also think pure means like smooth and calming and like innocent. And for people, pure I think could mean like children, babies, people who don't know any better, people who are just not in the know of the way life goes at the moment. I would say that they are pure. 1304. Are you into bookmarking? Yes. On my computer, I use Google Chrome, and I have like 2 different accounts, and I have like different bookmarks on there. And the one that I use for work, it is insane. I have like 50 bookmarks. They're all tabbed. I also have like folders, and I just like to keep everything where I can find it. So yes, I definitely bookmark a lot. Also, then on my phone, I have a few different tabs, but also like windows, I guess. Like I have like a general tab that's got like everything that's like miscellaneous in it, but then I also have like a Last FM tab. I have an AO3 tab because yes, I do read those fan fictions. I won't divulge into what fan fiction I read though. 1305. Have I ever had a pen pal? I believe we did do this in school. I remember sitting down and writing a letter, but I don't actually remember the correspondence or like the response. I also do remember probably once again when I was probably like 7 or 8 having a pen pal from France, but again that died out pretty quickly. He didn't really speak any English, I didn't speak any French, so that just didn't work out, did it? I mean, I speak to all of my friends who are literally not from the UK or from the other side of the UK all the time. I guess they are my pen pals. I sent a package to America quite recently. I guess they're my pen pal. Who knows? 1306. Have you ever had a package pal? Same as pen pal, but you send each other surprise gifts instead of letters. Okay, well I recently just did this. I mean, part of it was not a surprise, part of it was a surprise. But I've only done it once. So technically no, I would say. 1307. Is there a particular word or phrase that annoys me? I mean, I don't really like the word moist. And there was obviously some certain vulgar words that I'm not really a fan of. I think if you know me, you'll know what they are. I don't really swear much in general anyway. Is there an online game you like to play? I like how this is making me look really spooky, by the way. It's just the bad lighting. I haven't brought my what's it called? I haven't brought my ring light in here. I'm just doing this straight to the camera and using the natural lighting, so I look like I'm doing like a spooky story. 1308. Is there an online game that you like to play? Online game? I do like using Sporkle. I also like GeoGuessr. Otherwise, I don't really think I have online games, but yeah, those two I guess. 1309. What group of people is the most discriminated against in your opinion or experience? Well, disabled people, I think. I think they are the most discriminated against, especially like when you have places that have no access for wheelchair users, and like if they want to work, that's also can be a struggle if they find out that you are in a wheelchair, especially like if you work in an office and the office doesn't have access to go upstairs, for example, by a lift. You know, there's all these things like ramps and things that a lot of buildings don't take into account, or a lot of businesses don't really take into account. So yeah, I'd say 1310. What do you like best about bras and underwear? Well, as a user of them, I just find it more comfortable to wear them. Yeah, I even wear them in bed, so that's the tea there. I mean, no one else sees me wearing them, so it's just for me. 1311. Are you afraid of living in oblivion? I guess so. 1312. Before you were born, you got to pick your life from one of the following. Which do you pick? Okay. You're successful from the start, a musical genius, good looking and wealthy. You become a rock star, get super famous, make your mark on the world, and die at 27. Okay, there we go. You're caring and compassionate. You love animals and adopt more and more as you grow older. You foster and nurture and care for them all of your life. Or number 3, you sit home playing video games for 70 years. I mean, number 3 is pretty much the route that I'm going down already as it is. Like, I'm sitting at home, not necessarily playing video games, but sitting at home, watching YouTube, filming YouTube videos, editing YouTube videos, working from home on the internet. I mean, so there is the 27 Club. Like, that is a very famous club of people who got famous and died at 27. So that's why that's probably included here. Like, I think I would say the second one. Love animals and adopt more and more as you get older. I've always wished that I was like a animal lover. Like, naturally, I'm not naturally an animal lover. Yeah, I'd say that. 1313. What is broken in your car? Nothing's broken in my car. School? I don't go to school. House? My extractor fan in my bathroom, and my oven is currently broken. Life? I mean, I wouldn't say it's broken, but I don't really have a social life, don't have a relationship, don't, you know, have that side of things to go on. I just spend my time watching screens. I just have to make sure I was recording then. Definitely am. Soul? I don't think my soul's broken, but I guess it's broken if I don't have a soulmate. Brain? I mean, the mathematics part of my brain's broken. 1314. Which one will you fix first? Probably the extractor fan, just because it's been fixed by my dad. The issue is the timer on it, so I just need to get a stool out and get up there and unscrew it and just fix the timer on it. At the moment it's just constantly on if I leave it on, so I have to turn it off for it to be, yeah, just all that stuff. 1315. Tell me all your thoughts on God. I don't really have any thoughts on God. Like, I am a Christian. I was christened, I guess, but I'm not a practicing Christian, but also I don't really believe in it as much anymore. Like, I did go through the whole praying thing, and like nothing ever came out of that. So I don't necessarily say I'm like an atheist. I don't really just have like any sort of big feelings towards it, but also the way I am, I don't think is respected. So 1316. What's the strangest note you've ever received? I don't actually know. I don't think I've received any weird notes. I'm sure there must have been something at school, maybe, but... Okay, 1,317 of the following, how many can be used to get in touch with you? Okay, so they have a phone, a beeper, a voicemail, which is email, cell phone, and snail mail. Okay, so phone, voicemail, and cell phone, mobile phone, as we call them in the UK, are all the same thing. Okay, I guess growing up, we had like a home phone and a mobile, but I live alone and I don't have a home phone. I just have my mobile, my iPhone. So that's the only thing that people can really contact me on, I guess. I guess I've got like 3 emails, so people can contact me on email. Actually, my dad and my mum tend to send me a lot of emails, usually forwarding me on emails that they've received or just checking on us. Snail mail, I mean, if anyone's got my address, they can definitely send me letters, that's fine. I don't have a beeper. I think that's probably the only thing. I have my voicemail set up, and that's it. So, I guess the only thing out that list is beeper, because I'm not a doctor. 1,318. Are you always available, easy to reach, or do you give people a chance to miss you? The only messages I don't respond to, or phone calls or numbers, I guess, are numbers I don't know, because they're usually spam or they're a scam or they're just not anything of interest to me. So I'll say them, but I respond to all my other messages. I hate having messages unread, so I'm always reading my messages. 1,319. Okay, if you got pregnant or impregnated the person you are with, I'm not sure I can do the second option. Would you lean more towards keeping, adopting, or aborting the baby? Well, I'm 32 now, so I guess if I was in a relationship, we would be, or probably had the conversation, will have the conversation about going forward and having kids. I would definitely, I think at this point in my life, keep it. I feel like if I was in the position to have a baby or if I was in the position to have one, I think I would say yes to having a baby. So, but I am not, I guess, in that part of my life yet. I don't know if I ever will be. So, 1,320, if your partner in the pregnancy did not agree with how you felt and pressured you to change your mind, or just went ahead with what he or she wanted to do against your wishes, would that affect your ability to continue a relationship with this person? I think it depends on the reasoning. I think there's always going to be a reason for it. I think we would probably, or I would probably be with someone who has the same sort of goals, and so I think we'd be okay. Sorry, my camera died. If the conversation of having kids had been brought up, then I feel like we'll be on the same page about whether we go forward or not. I mean, I'm open to either. I'm open to having kids or not having kids. Who knows? Who knows what the future holds? So 1,321, who would have the final say in the decision to have a baby? The woman or the man? Okay, so if I was in a relationship, there would be no man. I would say, again, it depends. It depends on who's going to carry the baby, who we're going to decide to do that. I don't think I want to carry the baby, so it would be up to her, I guess, if she wants to, or if we're going to have a surrogate or adopt, who knows. In general, not talking about me, but in general, if you're in a straight relationship, I think the woman is the one that has to carry the baby and has to look after the baby after birth. So if you're in a straight relationship, I think the woman should have the final say. Her body, that's going to go through it. 1,322. If your boyfriend or girlfriend cheats on you for the first time, does that mean they're going to treat me more? Do you forgive them or take them back? See, I don't know. I haven't been in the situation. I don't really know how it feels to be cheated on, the betrayal. But I don't think I could have them back. I mean, maybe it depends how much time has passed since then. Like, I'll probably break up with them because I'm like, I can't stay with a cheater. But again, what if you meet up again in the future, like 10 years down the line? I mean, I would be 42 then, that's scary. But maybe they've matured by that point and they're in a much better place and it works. Okay, 1323. What if it is your husband or wife that cheats on you? It's the same thing. Like, just because you're married, it doesn't mean any different to when you're not married. So, same. I think it would be even worse, though, if that happened. If you had, committed your life to someone, got married, done all the legal stuff, and then decided that they aren't enough, so you have to cheat on them to keep yourself happy. I don't understand that. That just does not make sense to me. Like, leave the relationship, end it before you do that. Just don't complicate things. 1324. Who is more responsible for educating children, parents or schools? It's kind of different. They have different answers, I think. Schools, of course, they teach you everything you need to know about history, English, maths, science, all the stuff. However, parents are also, I think, key in guiding you through life and not necessarily having the answers to what schools would have. I think parents have key lessons that they need to teach their kids that schools have a disconnect from. 1325. Are you into new age things? I don't even know what that means. 1326. Are you very nervous, anxious, high-strung, organised, tense, rigid and sceptical? Yes to all of them, but mainly anxious and nervous. Oh, I'm not organised. Yes to all of them apart from organised. 1327. Do you perceive reality differently from others and how? I don't think I do. Do I? I feel like I'm more perceptive about situations, but really I think we're all the same. 1328. I'm going to skip this question because I don't want that on my channel. I'm also very surprised that this is on here, but I'm also very thankful that I found this website after I was 18. If you want to know what it is, you have to go and find it yourself. 1329. What do you blame things on? My cat and me. There is a running joke of blaming losing like kitchen utensils or stuff at home with my brother, that we couldn't find anything because he put it into the wrong place when he came back from university, and ever since then it's kind of stuck that it's him. So I still do that here even though he's never even been to this flat. 1330. Do you want to be naked and famous? Why naked? No and yes. No to the first bit because no one needs to see that. And famous, I mean, doesn't anyone or everyone want to have like a little bit of fame in them? 1231. Ice Cube or LL Cool J? LL Cool J. 1332. What are your feelings about rap music? I am indifferent about it. I kind of like it. I have to listen to it in bits and pieces, but I pretty much just listen to Eminem. 1333. Cypress Hill or Roxy Music? Roxy Music. Backstreet Boys, NSYNC or New Kids on the Block? Probably Backstreet Boys. Debbie Gibson or Paula Abdul? Paula Abdul, don't know who Debbie Gibson is. Eminem or Kid Rock? Eminem. Weezer or the Get Up Kids? Weezer. 1334. If you could solve just one of the world's problems, what would you choose to solve? Probably climate change. 1335. What would you make a good counsellor? No, I have too many issues of my own. Visual artist? No. Teacher? I have thought about it. It depends what the subject is, I think. Pilot? No, with my fear of heights. Hell no. Secretary? I am actually qualified to be a secretary, so yes, I think I'll be fine with that. Cashier? No, I tried that. I tried working in a shop for like a week. I wasn't doing well, so I kind of just left. Waiter or waitress? No. I feel like you have to carry a lot of things at once. I think I'll just drop them all. Also, having good memory of like when people call you over to ask them if you can have something. Veterinary assistant? Potentially. It kind of depends. I'm a bit queasy with like blood and things and like broken bones and things, you know, things that don't look natural, so maybe not. Office manager? Maybe not. Stage manager? I think I could kill that, definitely. Actor or actress? I think I could do okay with that. I did used to go to acting school, so yes. Sales girl or guy? No, I can't sell anything for poop. Pizza delivery girl or boy? I actually think that being a delivery person is pretty easy. So I could definitely do a delivery job. Film director, I think I'd be fine with that, considering I do all this. Businessman or woman, maybe. CEO, hell no. Surgeon, no. Firewoman, no. Cop, no. 1336. I'm also going to skip this one, but also this does not even, well, maybe it does, but I haven't had to use it. 1337. Imagine you're in school and a person of the opposite sex you barely know asks you really nicely for a ride home from class. It's out of your way. Do you say yes? No. Stranger danger. I'm not going to give people lifts when I don't know them. Let's say you said yes, they hug you, what is your reaction? Oh, I'm not a great hugger. I'll probably just be like, okay, thank you, let's move on. As you drop him or her off, they hug you again and thanks you for being such a nice person. What do you make of all of this? I mean, it'd be a good deed. Like, I'd be like, well, that's my good deed done for the day. Like, that's how I would play it. 1338. Are you interested in post-apocalyptic movies? I'll say yes. Within reason. 1339. What is the saddest movie you ever saw? Oh gosh. There's a lot of films that make me cry. A lot longer and something a lot more to make me cry these days. So I haven't actually done it for a while. Even though I've watched like sad films. Like I watched Little Women earlier. Didn't cry. The film that's coming to my head is like The Notebook. Yeah, I don't really know. I can't really think on the top of my head what the saddest film is that I've ever watched. Marley and Me is also quite sad. I find it quite sad. 1340. What is the saddest thought you can think of? Honestly, the thing that I most fear is when my parents pass away and then I don't quite know what I'll do with my life after they're gone. That's the saddest thought I can think of, is like, I don't know how I will live. I'll be distraught, so that's the saddest thing I can think of, is life post the parents being around. Like, I honestly get scared thinking about it the more I get older. And I don't want to grow old either. I want to die young, because I don't want to live kind of morbid. But yeah, I honestly, yeah, I'm terrified of that happening. 1341. Who is the most horrible driver you know? I mean, actually, to be fair, he has improved, but my brother was awful at driving, but I think he's now improved a lot because he drove me relatively recently, maybe last year, and he was fine. He actually was able to drive. So I'm usually the driver, as I have my own car, so the only other people who drive are usually my parents, and they're fine. So 1342. Are you a sexist in any way? I don't think so. 1343. How often do you check your email? Multiple times a day. You hear the ding going off on my phone? Check it. 1344. How often do you check your diary for notes? Never. I don't even have a diary to check, so never. 1345. If you had to read a biography about someone, who would you pick? It would have to be someone famous. I really want to read Michelle Obama's autobiography. Someone like notable, I guess. Yeah, I'm gonna say Michelle Obama, just because that's the only person that came to my head then. 1346. Which of your friends and relatives has the most interesting life story? So I don't use a Facebook anymore, but I went on Facebook the other day and I saw one of my old school friends who is like, I don't know what he does. I think he worked on cruises for a while, but he was like, honest to God, hanging around famous people, and I was like, what on earth is happening? I was so confused, and it really threw me off. Anyway, so I'm guessing he does, because he's worked all over the world, and he does like all this fancy dancing. 1347. What's the matter with kids today? Too much screen time. Being given screens far too early. I am so glad I grew up without screens. No video games, no iPads, phones, laptops, the lot. It baffles me that kids are given iPhones. It baffles me kids are given iPads. It baffles me kids. That's it. I'm gonna end it here, and I will see you guys in my next video.